Hello and welcome to our channel. Whether you are buying, selling, or simply curious about the ins and outs of real estate here in British Columbia, you've come to the right place. My name is FARZIN AHMADI, managing broker and founder of Salas Realty and FARZIN.ca. And I'm here to guide you through the complexities of BC's real estate market with clarity, practicality, and a touch of fun. My background spans years in retail banking and mortgage advising, where I help people make life-changing financial decisions. Later, I managed over 200 real estate agents, ensuring they delivered exceptional service. At Salas Realty, we continue that tradition by offering every client the expert guidance they deserve. This series is all about making real estate transactions simple, clear, and approachable. We'll cover everything from understanding your rights as a buyer or seller to simplifying documents and process that might otherwise feel overwhelming. By the end, you will be equipped with the tools you need to navigate real estate in British Columbia confidently. You have specific protections in every real estate transaction, from your rights as a buyer to cancel during rescission period, to key subjects and clauses that protect your interest and what to expect from your realtor. We'll break it down so you can make confident, informed decisions. Real estate comes with its fair share of paperwork, but we'll help you understand what you're signing, from contracts of purchase and sale to representation agreements, so nothing catches you off guard. Terms like subjects, deposit, or rescission rights can feel confusing. We'll explain these in simple, straightforward language so you're always well informed. You have specific protections in every real estate transaction, from your right as a buyer to cancel during rescission period, to key subjects and clauses that protect your interest and what to expect from your realtor. We'll break it down so you can make confident, informed decisions. Terms like subjects, deposit, and rescission rights can feel intimidating. We'll explain these in simple, straightforward language so you are always well informed. We'll explore real estate disputes handled by the BCFSA and BCREA, showing where things went wrong and how you can avoid similar situations in your own transactions. What's a realtor in British Columbia? Let's start with a common question: what makes a realtor different? In British Columbia, a realtor is a licensed professional who has completed extensive training and is a member of the British Columbia Real Estate Association, BCREA, and the Canadian Real Estate Association, CREA. This membership comes with a commitment to a strict code of ethics and high standards of professionalism, transparency, and client care. Think of your realtor as your advocate. For buyers, they help find properties, negotiate offers, and guide you through closing process. For sellers, they market your property, attract buyers, and negotiate the best price. In both roles, realtors prioritize your best interest, ensuring a smooth process. A realtor is legally bound to act in your best interest, but conflicts of interest can arise. For example, representing both the buyer and the seller, known as dual agency, is restricted in various areas in British Columbia to protect clients. If conflicts of interest arise, your realtor must disclose them in writing and seek your consent to proceed. If the situation can't be managed fairly, they should refer one or both parties to different professionals. The restriction on dual agency in British Columbia is a key regulation enforced by the BC Financial Service Authority, BCFSA. A realtor is legally bound to act in your best interest, but conflicts of interest can arise. For example, representing both the buyer and the seller, known as dual agency, is restricted in various areas in British Columbia to protect clients. If a conflicts of interest arise, your realtor must disclose them in writing and seek your consent to proceed. If the situation can't be managed fairly, they should refer one or both parties to different professionals. The restriction on dual agency in British Columbia is a key regulation enforced by the BC Financial Service Authority, BCFSA, to protect consumers in real estate transactions. Here is a clear explanation of what it is, why it exists, and how it works. What is a dual agency? Dual agency occurs when a single realtor represents both the buyer and the seller in the same real estate transaction. In this arrangement, the realtor must attempt to balance the competing interests of both parties, which can create potential conflicts of interest. The restriction on dual agency was enforced in June of 2018 as part of a broader effort to improve consumer protection in BC's real estate industry. The concern is that a realtor cannot provide undivided loyalty to both parties at the same time. It's nearly impossible to act in the best interest of both parties without compromising one side. Consumers may not fully understand how their interests are impacted when their agent represents both parties. By limiting dual agency, the BCFSA aims to enhance transparency, reduce conflicts of interest, and ensure clients receive independent, unbiased advice. While dual agency is restricted in most areas of British Columbia, there are limited exceptions. In smaller remote communities where there are few or no other licensed realtors available, dual agency may be permitted. This ensures clients in these areas can still access professional real estate services. Even in remote areas, dual agency can only proceed if both the buyer and seller provide informed written consent after the realtor discloses the potential conflicts of interest. If a realtor finds themselves in a situation where dual agency is not allowed, the realtor must either stop representing both parties or continue representing one party with the written consent of both clients. A realtor also has a duty of confidentiality to their clients, which means they must safeguard any sensitive or private information obtained during the professional relationship. This includes ensuring that such information is not disclosed to other parties without explicit consent. Importantly, this obligation extends indefinitely. It does not expire even after transaction is completed or the client relationship ends. The duty is fundamental to maintaining trust and protecting client interests, as outlined by professional standards and regulatory bodies like BCFSA and BCREA. As a realtor, it might be tempting to offer advice on everything from taxes to structural concerns to impress your clients. But here's the truth. Stepping outside your area of expertise doesn't just put your client at risk. It can also lead to disciplinary action by the BC Financial Services Authority, BCFSA, or the BC Real Estate Association, BCREA. Realtors are professionals, but they are not licensed to give legal, tax, or structural advice. Even if it feels like offering advice outside your expertise might impress your clients in short term, the long-term risks are simply not worth it. The consequence can include not just financial harm to your client, but also formal warnings or penalties for you as an agent. Unfortunately, there have been cases where realtors provided advice beyond their scope of expertise, leading to disciplinary action. In one case, a realtor handled property sale impacted by fire damage. When the buyer's agent drafted an addendum that created ambiguity around repair and completing dates, the realtor failed to recommend their clients seek legal advice, assuming they had already consulted a lawyer. This led to misconduct findings, penalties, and enforcement costs. In another case, a realtor listed a property without obtaining consent from all co-owners, including a trustee. The agent proceeded with the sale and failed to recommend legal advice even after discovering the ownership issues, resulting in disciplinary action and fine. So the next time your realtor says you need to speak to a specialist about that, trust they are doing the right thing. It's all about protecting you and maintaining the high standards of professionalism realtors are committed to follow.